Okay, what is up, dear Reacts and Reviews? Back again with another video for y'all. Before I get started, make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and comment, whether if y'all do or don't. Today we have Asian chick gets asked, "What's one secret you never told your ex-boyfriend?" And this was her response.
What is one thing that you've never told your ex?
That I love big, because his it's not big, it's like 4 or 5 inches, but that's regular for Asian guys. Like BBC. Like Asian people will judge me.
Do you think other Asians like BBC too? I feel like they do.
I feel like American-born Asian girl, they certainly love BBC because they like to explore something big, right?
Yeah.
Strong man with
Yeah.
big who knows how to work it. But in Taiwan, there's not a lot of BBC. There's a lot of white. So we love American, but then people would think of it as Caucasian, white, you know? So like no one in Taiwan just yelled out, "I love BBC." Like people wouldn't know it's Big Black. They'll think it's the television show BBC.
I'm not really too surprised she feels that way, or it's just somebody's point of view. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a point of view, right? It's just like how men would prefer a woman with a low body count to none, or you have men that would prefer a woman to be a thought or a slut, or they just kind of like that because they like the experience. She knows what she's doing and stuff like that. She's seasoned, or you have the man that likes that in between, and then you have the woman that prefers micro penises, which I have heard. You have the woman that likes the average penis, and then you have the woman that likes the BBC or the big penises or whatever. You got some women that really get off to monster cocks or whatever. It's one of them things where like you have to understand that everybody has a preference. Is it messed up? Not really. I mean, but this matrix that we living in and this access to all of this stuff will make you a little obsessed with the wrong things if you let it, and if you don't know how to really balance out your emotions and your thoughts and to be able to rationalize what you're actually, hearing. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, then you're gonna pretty much put yourself in a situation where you're going to be addicted to things that is a detriment to your health and your mental health and stuff like that. I'm not mad at her for having her preference. I'm not upset about that. Just like how I like, different colors and creeds as well. I like different sizes, not all sizes, but I'm not really one to really care about that topic in particular because I'm not that type of man to really go in depth like that. But I do understand that some women do like that, and I understand that there's a lot of women, which I do think majority of women don't really like cucumbers. You know what I'm saying? They don't really vibe with it, and I think that that's cool as well because at least you're not really trying to like destroy yourself. And I'm not saying that like they destroy you, but some women don't really know how to like tighten themselves up after so many years of just destroying themselves. And the thing is that a woman is very sacred. Her body is very sacred. Her womb is very sacred. So if she destroys it, then most men just ain't gonna want that. And don't be surprised if a man don't want that because at the end of the day, a man is a very sacred being as well. You know what I mean? We're very protective, and we are a being that wants to, put you up on a pedestal and treat you right. We damn near will worship you if you were, and not like God, but we will damn near worship you like the way that you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? And we will, make sure that we put you first and stuff like that. And at the same time, you also have to understand, I'm just adding a side note that, you cannot help somebody if you cannot help yourself. So, the most important person in this world is you. Okay. Make sure that y'all understand that so that, when it comes time to being there for somebody, you've already taken care of yourself already. So, back to this topic. I think that at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with liking BBC if that's what you like. You got dudes that honestly don't even like their size because, a woman can't really, pleasure them the way that they would like to be pleasured because it's just too big. You know what I'm saying? And, you got to really like head hunt for the right one. You know what I mean? Who will actually handle you correctly because not every woman wants to sit up there and deal with that. As a man, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you got to really, find somebody who's going to really deal with that. And I've heard a lot of different stories online of just about how you can't have sex the way you want to because you don't want to hurt them, you don't want to damage them, you don't want to, ruin something, right? And on top of that, you can't fully be pleasured because you're too much. And on top of that, the average woman's, I think, cervix, or I think if I'm saying this right, but whatever it is, I know it's only like 3 inches. So after that, if the woman is actually, if she's stretching this out like that, that's not good. You know what I mean? A woman doesn't need to be stretched out like that, honestly. I'm not sitting up here saying that she can't go do whatever she want to do. At the end of the day, you can go do exactly what you want to go do. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me put it like this. You have men out here that ain't working with a lot and they are upset at men that have BBC. You got men out here that wish that they had a BBC. And then you have, men out here that, are happy with what they got, confident with what they got, know what to do with what they got. And then you got, men out here that got BBCs, happy with what they got. On the other side, you got not really too happy with it because it's too much. It's hard to find the one. I've heard plenty of stories where women, the guy found a good woman but didn't even want to sleep with her because it was too much, and he's just a lonely man because can't nobody handle him. And on top of that, that's not, a woman just doesn't naturally just like that. She has to be conditioned. She has to condition her womb to be able to handle that. That takes time. So, you also have to understand that this woman has to work her way to that. You know what I mean? You just don't start lifting heavy weights, naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless like you're naturally born with ridiculous strength. But everybody usually has to. Most people have to work their way up to get to their peak, if you will. And for women, you got women that try going big and they realize that that's just not them. You got women who try going big and they realize that they love it. So at the end of the day, I'm just coming from a righteous, conscious, woke perspective, and I don't mean the left. I want everybody to understand that just because this woman is sitting up here saying that she prefers that and she likes that, and most Asian women like to prefer that. I'm pretty sure that they do because it's not it's hard to probably work with something that can't honestly pleasure you, and it's no disrespect to their men. The thing is just that everybody's just not blessed. You got to accept that. Sugar Sean O'Malley said that he went and got stem cells in his package. This world's a very weird place. You know what I'm saying? And but at the end of the day, everybody's free to do whatever it is that they want to do. So, just accept everybody, for who they is. And I'm not saying, like everybody needs to like be accepted, you know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, you gotta accept shit and like move on, because otherwise it's gonna always like bother you, and it's just not really worth it. It's cool, for her to say what she said because, some women up over there really don't want to say it because it's a disgrace, or they probably, get shunned upon, and stuff like that. And, if they like that, they like that. That's cool. You know what I mean? We like them too. Most of the time, you have to try things to see if it actually is for you. I just wanted to say that luckily, I am blessed. I am happy. And I don't need to go searching for external reasons to have validation for myself or anything like that. But I want to make sure that I put out a good message so that other people who do feel down about probably watching this or anything like that, or what she's saying, or even if you catch this and you're overseas, I just want for you to understand that the world has a lot to offer you, and it's okay to have a preference. Just make sure that whatever you're doing is good for you, it's healthy, and it's not ruining you. And I don't care if it's sexually, spiritually, mentally, physically. I don't care financially. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's energetically. Just make sure that it's good for you. There's a lot of people that get hooked and they get addicted, and they wind up not being able to turn their life around. And then what winds up happening is you wind up missing opportunities, and then you have people just don't really want to kind of like deal with you. You know what I mean? So, I just wanted to say that. But I'm really trying to find a good way to like really end this off or whatever like this, because I wasn't really kind of like prepared to like really talk about this. But it's good that I did, because it'll make me more seasoned if it pops up again and stuff like that. But I hope that y'all like the video. Like I said, make sure y'all put y'all comments down below, whatever. If there's anything y'all want to add, please feel free to do so. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, Dia Reacts and Reviews, we go.